heading back north then. So, we've got a couple to hand in back in Mickle Delving, and we've got a couple to hand in Hobbiton at the minute. So let's hand in the Hobbiton ones first. So I think the first one's going to be Holly Hornblower. Where's your next pie going to go?
Is there something I can do for you?
What? My pie tasted foul? Of all the rude things to say. Here, let me taste this one I'm working on now. Oh, these berries are bad. Oh no! Oh no! Do you know how many pies I've made with these berries? I simply must get to making new pies for all those people. I haven't the time to talk right now, but I'm glad you found this out for me. And if you come across any of the pies I sent out, please bring them to me. Tell them that I will bake them a fresh pie as soon as I can. I simply can't allow people to eat bad pies. So not only have we had to deliver loads of pies, but they were bad pies, and we're going to have to do it all again. Right, so we don't want to do that one just yet. There we go. So we've done the pie carrying prologue essentially. So we need to retrieve all the dodgy pies from all the towns. Now, there is a spoiled pie in Hobbiton, so that's presumably the Balthelion one that we just delivered recently. So we're going to go to the orchard, which is just up on the west of Bag End on the hill. Going to collect the apples for Gaffer Gamgee. John Bastian, yes, something like that. It's still a shame they cut it from the films. It would have been spectacular to see the Shire burning with the fires of industry. Certainly would have been interesting to see that put to film. But at the same time, I can kind of understand why they left it out of the adaptation. Not least of which because there would have been even more stuff going on at the end of Return of the King. But it's kind of... You kind of reach the kind of various climaxes of the story. You know, you've got the like the action climaxes of the battle at the Black Gate. You've got the kind of the climax with the ring at Mount Doom. You know, Gondor's back up to full strength. Then you kind of have this whole entire separate story at the end, and Saruman appears again. So it's kind of you can kind of understand why they left it out because it kind of doesn't really suit the film adaptation. Otherwise, you would have kind of told this whole separate little story at the end of the film. And we all know how long Return of the King already is, even without the extended editions. Shohan Russ, the peace in the Shire makes it seem like there was no war outside. Yeah, it's all nice and peaceful for now, at least. We'll probably see some sort of scouring of the Shire at some point in the game, though. Okay, Opal Goodbody. We probably should speak to Gaffer Gamgee first, but I suppose we're not going to go too far that way.
You give me a moment?
Back again, are you? What did Holly say about that pie you brought me? The berries are bad, aren't they? I simply have no time for this sort of trouble. Lobelia has been after me for days to get the desserts set for the party. When I finally get a pie from Holly, it's spoiled. Take that terrible pie back to Holly Hornblower and tell her that I want another pie immediately. Her home is north of Hobbiton on the main square. Now off with you, I can't tolerate no further delay. So pick up dodgy pie. Now amusingly, we still have to avoid hungry hobbits because I can still smell a pie and they still want to eat it even though it's going to give them food poisoning. So annoyingly, I'm going to have to take the long way round again because that hobbit's still going to be there. So we're going to have to go east, cross the fishing bridge again. And then whip it back west into the north, well, the south side of Hobbiton, below the bridge. So there's the bridge we want over there. Just make sure there's no puddles we're going to walk in, because if we end up swimming, we will drop our pie, and that will be very sad because it means I've wasted all this time and have to go back and do it again. And hopefully I won't end up glitching into that little garden bit over here. Right. Oops. Boing. So, might as well take the pie deed off the tracker at the minute. If we see pies, we'll bring them back at some point. But it's going to be a bit tedious. The ones that are nearby Hobbiton aren't too bad. It's the ones that are in the towns. Oh, hello, there's a hobbit to my left. It's getting maybe a little bit too close to that one. But some of the further afield towns can be a bit of a pain in the backside to have to bring it. There we go. Ding. So, mount up. Let's go back to Gaffagamji. I need to talk to Lobelia as well. Leo, a hobbit will probably encounter so many spoiled pies in its lifetime that they will get immunity from food poisoning. That is probably quite true. With all the things that they eat, drink and smoke, they probably have a robust stomach. Or at least should do anyway. Actually no, Gaffagamji's down here.
Is there something I can do for you?
That Lofo won't be the ruin at Bag End so long as I've something to say about it. Thank you for your help, kind Sylvie. So no follow-up for you. Let's mount up and speak to Lobelia. Shohan, I know you've uploaded that one stream of Guild Wars 2, but will you ever go back to it with the new expansion in the Camphor Continent? So something I've thought about doing at some point is kind of similar to how we've got a Let's Play LOTRO. I figured I might sit down at some point and do a series doing Guild Wars for those that might be interested. Maybe people won't be. We'll see. But it could be something interesting to do.
Well, the gall of some folk.
Pay for the ingredients. Why, I never. I suppose I must if all our stock was stolen. Here, take these coins to that took. These had better be the best fireworks the Shire has ever seen. Yeah, I do enjoy Guild Wars. Guild Wars is very good as a second or any MMO that's not your main MMO. And the reason I say that is with the game, I mean, it's completely free to play now for the base game, so you can start playing for free. The expansions you have to buy, that is literally all you buy. There's no unlocking of quest packs or anything like that. At early levels, if you haven't bought any of the paid expansions, it just means you're stuck to your racial kind of starting regions. But where there is a level cap in Guild Wars, it is the same level cap all the time. So essentially, your leveling experience from 1 to level 80 is kind of like your learning to ride the bike kind of experience. And at level 80, you kind of have a load of like sideways progression stuff to unlock things. So you can still progress your character, but you don't have what you have in most MMOs, which is what happens when you have a level experience cap raise. It tends to invalidate all the gear that you've acquired previously and force you to regrind it, which can be really tedious, and particularly if you don't have much time to play an MMO, it can be a bit of a pain in the backside. But with Guild Wars, like you can slowly grind your way up to having some good gear or great gear or the absolute best gear in slot. But then once you've got it, you can kind of keep it on those characters. So you can kind of come back playing after a couple of months break, a couple of years break, and you don't have to regrind to get where you are, which is always nice. So Hyacinth, the old crow actually paid. I'm astonished. She must really want these fireworks. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Might I have a word with you?
Well, if the old crow is willing to pay, then I suppose I'll have to oblige her. First, I'll send you out after Saltpeter. My friend Cam Puddifoot, the pig farmer in Budgeford, can usually supply some. He's got the biggest manure pits in the whole Shire. Cam will let me know when he needs payment, so you need not carry coin with you. He hardly has use for saltpeter. And I think I saw another quest ring over here. It's just outside the other side of town. Let's mount up.
Hi there. Give me a moment.
Oh, hello there. What can I do for you today? A slice of pie, perhaps? It's from Holly Hornblower in Hobbiton. She bakes a fine pie. I could learn a thing or two from her. Spoiled berries? Well, I was right. I could learn something from Holly. Always taste your berries before you bake them into a pie. Poor thing, she must be terribly embarrassed. Well, here, take that pie back to her. Her home is north of the main square of Hobbiton. Tell the dear thing to take her time baking me a new one. So she's taking this one kindly. Probably because she hasn't tasted it. Right, so let's grab that. I think we'll stay off the road because I'm sure there's a hobbit somewhere. What do I think of Guild War 2's lore compared to LOTRO? So, I didn't play the original Guild Wars, so there's a whole host of lore that comes with the original game, and then in the new game is set a period of time later. I don't know what it is, but probably of the order of hundreds of years, I think it is. Maybe a couple of centuries, if that. But obviously the lore is going to be nowhere near as detailed and as rich as the whole of the Middle-earth lore, because Professor Tolkien did go crazy, let's be honest. It wasn't just the world building. Obviously, he made all these languages and stuff like that. So I think you'd be hard pressed to find anyone that would have spent as much time world building as Tolkien did for Middle Earth. But the whole lore around Guild Wars 2 and the world of Tyrion and that, it's interesting enough, even if it's not quite as vast. So there we go. Another pie done. What do we need to do? Cam Puddyfoot, where are you? He's all the way over in Budgeford, over to the east. And we've still got to bring a quest over back to the Madam House. So I think what we're going to do now, we will finally take up Postman Chubb's offer.
Might I have a word with you?
And we're going to take the bundle for Overhill. So I have recently received a great many complaints concerning the amount of time it takes the quick post service to deliver packages and mail. Admittedly, most of these complaints have come from Lobelia Sackville-Baggins and her son Lotho, but some respectable hobbits have complained as well. We need to do something about this, certainly. If you'd like to help out, there on the table you will find a satchel for delivery to Postman Boffin in Overhill. Overhill is a good distance north of here, nestled in the Bindable Wood, and Postman Boffin should be right in the centre of town. Look out for nosy hobbits, for they will delay you and keep you from delivering the mail on time. And don't let the mail satchel get wet. If the ink on the letters runs, the good hobbits of Overhill are sure to be upset with us. So let's grab them out. And once again, we're on the clock. Now, there is a hobbit just to the east of the postmaster, but I can just slide past him. Where is he? I can't actually see him. Or is he in front of that house, maybe? So we can cross the bridge, and it's pretty much just follow this road north, but we might need to go cross country a little bit if we see any hobbits. Where am I up to? I've lost my place in the chat now. Lomoin, taste her pie. Yes. Sounds a bit suspicious, doesn't it? Shohan, glad to hear. It will be cool to see your way of playing and talking through different MMOs. I've watched your LOTRO Let's Plays since the Isengard expansion. Another repeat customer, so thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll probably do it at some point now. For those that have played Guild Wars, the questing system is completely different to LOTRO. So there's less open world quests, and it's more dynamically generated content. So there'll be events and other things going on in the world. But if I do something with Guild Wars, I'll probably run through each region in turn, same like I do for LOTRO, and see how we go. But I haven't tried doing that yet. And the other thing as well, when you build a character, oh hello, there's a hobbit down here. Let's go off the road. When you build a character, you choose a number of different bits to your backstory. So I think there's like 3 key pieces that will kind of decide what your early game questing experience is going to be. So the first 3 acts of... There we go. There he is. The first 3 acts of the story are kind of based on the choices you make there. So each race has different choices. So there's a number of combinations that, I don't know, where it's like 3 or 4 options for each of these questions you get given. So there's maybe like 30 different options per race for how you can combine those 3 things. So I'm certainly not going to do every possible permutation of it, but we'll see. But it would be nice. I do enjoy Guild Wars. I'll definitely be playing my endgame characters through the new expansion in Guild Wars. Whether I choose to record that, I don't know. We'll see how we go on that one. But it would probably be good. It's got a very good main quest line, main storyline. So I might record that at some point. We'll see. Could be something nice to do at some point during the year.
Stay and have some tea.
So the next post is for Bywater. So that is going to go take us back down south over there. So whenever we're done here, we could go and hand that one in. What have we got around town? Primula Diggins.
What do you need?
Can't do your quest yet. That's a grey one.
Hello.
Ofo
Is there something I
Broadbelt.
can do for you?
I'm not too far away from you. Come on.
Hello there.
I'm
Might
glad
I
you're here
speak
to
to you a
help.
moment?
I was just bringing my wagon back from Bree, loaded down with a big bag of mushrooms, and suddenly my cart was boiling over with spiders. I've never seen such spiders before. All I can think is that I picked up their eggs with my mushrooms. I need what trade goods still remain from my wagon. Please, it's just off the road to the northeast, right next to the falls. There must be spiders all over the place up there, so it may be dangerous. These mushrooms are my livelihood. If you could bring them back to me, I would be most grateful. Now, I hate mushrooms, and the only thing I would hate more than mushrooms is mushrooms that have had spiders crawling all over them.
Hello there.
What's that? Knees? You skinned your knee? Oh, bees. Yes, I can make a salve against stings, but I'll need some ingredients first. Find me 4 toadstones from any of the toads around the Shire. Mind you, not all toads have got them. Eh? Where to find them? Well, one place is the bog. Look in the west side of Rishuk Bog, west of here, beyond Hobbiton. Or if you like, you can find plenty of toads in the marsh just north of Throgmorton. Don't look so funny, the salve's no good without toadstones. Quite a few quests here.
Good day. Might I have a word with you?
I've lost my lucky slingstone. I've just dropped a deer when suddenly a bear, a huge brown bear it was too, grabbed the kill and dragged it off. I don't care about the venison, but I need my lucky slingstone. I can't hunt without it. Please help me if you can and get back that slingstone from the deer's carcass. The bear dragged it off into that big den north of here. He's probably on the slopes north of the Bolestones, feasting on the deer I killed. All my luck has gone away with that stone. Sad times. And that's all the quests here. So, right. So there's a couple to the bridge to the northeast, and then the frogs are the ones that are kind of indicated there. So we'll mount up, head east. Lost Shire Hobbit. Oh yeah, Bao. I'm currently watching Balthelion again. So that is Mirkwood. If I remember correctly. I think that's the only region I've done with Balthelion, unless I did a lower region with her as well. Leo, gonna try and do the chicken run now while I watch and listen to the stream. Well, good luck. Try not to get yourself killed, because if you get found as a chicken, you're going to die, as opposed to me getting found by nosy or hungry hobbits, and all I get is a failed quest. So it's a bit more hassle. And for those of you in chat that haven't seen that time that we did a chicken run, I think we were trying to get to the Gap of Rohan or Isengard or something like that. And we made it pretty far, and then I think a lot of us ended up dying in like Enid Wave or something like that. No, this one.
Good day.
Thank you very much. But you say there were no spiders at all? I swear it seemed like there were dozens of them. They were huge, monstrous things too. I wonder where they could have run off to.
Could I take a moment of your time?
I hate to make more work for you, but it seems that the spiders infesting my wagon have run off somewhere. If they grow and breed, they may become a threat elsewhere in the Shire. I think you should report this to the Sheriff in Hobbiton, Robin Smallburrow, and see what he thinks should be done. Robin Smallburrow can usually be found at the Ivy Bush Inn in Hobbiton, town centre. The last thing the Shire needs is an infestation of spiders nearly as big as a hobbit. I can agree with you on that.